Green Bay mother-loving Packers. Can they win it all? Can they win the Super Bowl? Can Jordan Love bring home the Lombardi Trophy to Lambeau Field? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about in today's video. And, well, y'all may disagree with me. Y'all may agree with me. We'll have to see. Let's get into it. Yo, what is up, guys? It is Ripper, and here with a new video for y'all today. And guys, before I get into it, number one, if you guys like today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos on this page. Secondly, if you guys haven't checked out the new merch yet, or if you haven't checked out any of the Ripper merch, go check it out. Link is in the description. Please, if you guys buy anything in the, on social medias and the description, wherever, in the comments, please do me a solid. Tag me, let me know that you bought it, share it so I can show love to you back, drop you a follow, and share it out, whatever. Just to show as a thank you and appreciation. Third and last thing, ladies and gentlemen, microphone is gone. Yes, we have retired the Audio Technica AT2020 is the old mic. And you know what? It lived a long life, but here we go. We did upgrade, as you can kind of see, to a beacon mic. And honestly, phenomenal. It is still working out a little bit of the kinks and like perfecting it, but I've got it down to a pretty good setting right now. And it will just be a trial and error. But guys, we're back. We finally have good mic quality. I'm not going to be, like out of octave in a sense of where it's going to hurt your ears again. So, hey, there's some plus sides at the end of the day. But to get into today's topic, I want to talk about the actual Green Bay mother-loving Packers. Now, there's been a lot talk because, well, there's a lot to say. So the biggest thing people keep bringing up is Jaire. Is he going to be on the team? Is he going to play? Blah, 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 blah. Well, we've got a lot of reports coming out that, well, let's just say the Packers are trying to restructure his contract, and there's a whole thing into it. And you can, I'll pull up his contract for you right now so you can kind of see like where it's at. But when you look at it, we going into the next 2 years are gonna be paying him a lot of money. And what the Packers are trying to do is trying to restructure that to make it to where I'm pretty sure he's willing to take a pay cut and a bunch of other stuff. And honestly, listen, I love Jaire. He needs to take a pay cut though, because when we paid him that money, long story short, it was for him to get a lot of play time, a lot of production, and let's just say we got nothing of it. And yeah, it's because of injury, but guess what? When you get injured, you lose money in a contract. That's how it should be in the NFL. And so I hope he takes the pay cut. I'm a big Jaire Alexander fan, no disrespect to him, but I do hope he takes a pay cut because he didn't really earn that money. And at the end of the day, take a pay cut. I think we need to add a couple void years on his contract. I think there's a couple things we need to do, especially for Jaire, because again, he's a solid player, but he hasn't really produced enough to, I think, earn the money. And I think at the end of the day, he loves Green Bay. I don't think he wants to play anywhere else. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes that pay cut and is like, hey, listen, I'm willing to play for the team. And I think he's also kind of made that clear. Now, with that, though, there is other topics. So we have a bunch of rookies coming in. And, well, the biggest things are receivers. We have so many receivers that our entire receiving room is insane. OTAs are coming up, and I think we are going to be seeing some receivers cut, and maybe some receivers traded. We don't know. But what I can say right now is Jayden Reed is wide receiver 1. I'm fully okay with that. Looking at the roster, Matthew Golden has a lot to work with. Romeo Doubs is being a good mentor. Jayden Reed's being a good mentor for these young guys. And guys, listen, the receiving room, I understand we have a lot of guys. There's a lot of things kind of people are trying to talk about in a sense of like, oh, you have so many wide receiver 2s, not even wide receiver 2-3s on other teams, whatever. Guys, we're a young team. Like the Packers are a young team. I think they're the youngest NFL, I think not NFL team, but the youngest active roster team, if I'm correct. At least I know we were last year, and I wouldn't be surprised if we were this year. I think Josh Jacobs, correct or not, but is one of like either the oldest or second oldest on team. Like our team is young guys. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm not surprised that we are going to be questioned. We're going to be faulted at a lot of certain aspects. And so I think that we have to go into this season with a lot of expectations in a sense of, hey, the expectations we're going into this with are, one, we did our proving year for Jordan Love. He showed us that he can be our guy. Great. Got that solidified. But at the same time, now we need to see him with the actual weapons around him and with the weapons actually, developing. Can they become something special? And I think that's what we're really looking out for this year. Because again, young team. Do I think we're Super Bowl favorites? No. But you also have to look at it like this, and this is where people may disagree with me. We are in a conference, the NFC conference, where I'm going to put it this way. The teams in the NFC that pretty much are going to be the big teams, I think, are always going to be the Eagles. Before we get out of the way, yes, Eagles are going to be number one because the Eagles just won. They get the respect that they're going to be the dog to beat, right? Then I think, honestly, second, you're looking at Commanders. If Jaden Daniels comes back and does solid again, that's going to be a problem. So we still have to deal with Jaden Daniels. And yes, I am, just so everyone knows, the Cowboys are not even in this conversation. Just before anybody says anything, Cowboys are not even in the conversation of a Super Bowl. So just so everybody knows. But you have the Eagles, you have the Commanders, you have the Lions. Again, yes, they lost a lot of coaching staff, but they still have pretty much their team. They did lose some pieces, but they're still a very good team in the NFC North. I don't think the Bears are a Super Bowl contending team at all just yet. So, until that changes, I don't think they're there. And Minnesota Viking, I also don't think they're there either because we don't know what to expect from JJ. So that's still a question mark. And don't get me wrong. I don't like the Vikings, but I do like JJ McCarthy. I think JJ McCarthy is good. We just need to see how he does when healthy. As you know, he got injured, missed the season, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's how we got, seeing ghost, Mr. previous quarterback they had. So, Sam Darnold. Nothing special going on there. So until then, I think the NFC North is a Lions and Packers situation we have to deal with. Then you have, of course, the Eagles and Commanders. And then in the NFC South, there's teams in there that are going to be in the playoffs. I don't believe Super Bowl contenders, though. So personally, if I had to pick, what are my top 4 Super Bowl contenders in the NFC, and the point of why I'm saying this is you have your Eagles, your Lions, your Packers, and your Commanders, all top 4 teams that I think are going to be in the Super Bowl conversation, that are going to be a competition. So with that, yes, I do believe the Packers have a chance, but they have to get over the hump. And yes, I understand, before anyone goes at me, the 49ers exist. I'm aware. I don't believe they're in the Super Bowl conversation. And I truly, truly mean that, because I don't think the 49ers are better than the Eagles. I don't think Brock Purdy is better than Jaden Daniels. I think the 49ers are that one team where they can be really good, but they also cannot stay healthy, and they cannot prove to stay healthy. They can't. And so it's not a skill issue for them, because they are a solid team again. And yes, I'm calling the 49ers a decent team, because at the end of the day, they are a good team, whether I dislike them or not. They're a good team. They just can't stay healthy. And I think that's going to hurt them a lot. That's the same thing with the Packers. They're a good team. They can't stay healthy when it comes to some of our young guys. So we need to figure out, from the Packers side of things, how to stay healthy and how to compete with the other top dog teams that are going to be in our conference, that are going to give us a fight and are going to make us struggle through the season. Now, the Packers schedule, I made a video talking about pretty much my prediction of the schedule. And I said at the end of the day, I think we have a chance at a 12-5 record, 11-6, or 13-4. And I still stand by that. And so that puts us into playoffs. And so looking at that, I do believe we have a chance at a Super Bowl. Do I think it's this year? I mean, 60-40, it's a real, maybe 60% yes. I'm not into the 70 realm yet. I'm about 60% yes. And I think other Packers fans will agree that, yeah, we're probably not going to be Super Bowl favorites, because also looking at this, we have the AFC, which is a whole different conference, and that's a whole different conversation, probably for a different video. But the AFC is going to be a battle, and they're going to be the favorite, I think, going into most of these Super Bowls. And can the Bills prove the world wrong? Can the Ravens prove the world wrong? Or are the Chiefs just going to ruin football for everybody? We don't know with the AFC, but in the NFC realm, it's in my opinion, 4 to 5 different teams, yes, including the 49ers in a sense. You have 4 to 5 teams that are going to be there. And honestly, the competition then, in my opinion, is a little less difficult than going into the AFC. So, after kind of getting into everything, the Packers themselves, we have to do a Jaire. Okay, number one, we have to do a Jaire. We have to at least get 11 to 13 wins no matter what. Nothing less. Obviously, we can get more, but nothing less than 11, in my opinion. And also going into the season, we need to stay healthy. We need to be able to stay healthy. And Matthew Golden and some of these other new guys coming in, they have to step up. Because if they don't step up, we're going to be looking at a team where we're going to have a bunch of young guys who look mediocre. And that's going to be a problem. So, do I believe we can? Yes, I have hope we can. And not just, I have to say this because people be like, oh, you're a Packers fan, you're going to be biased automatically. Looking at the tape of our new guys, just putting being a fan aside, let's just look at the actual tape of them. They're good players in college. Now, I also understand college is way different than the NFL. I said the same thing with a lot of these quarterbacks that have struggled. But I believe when they're in the receiver realm, I do believe you can translate that into the NFL. You just have to really, really build that muscle up because, again, prime example, if you don't, Christian Watson, he was good on the field. He just was way too skinny, and it's proven in the NFL. You have to be a certain muscle size as a receiver. Now you have to be DK. You don't have to be DK Metcalf, but you have to be some muscle size on you. So I think if we're able to bring Matthew Golden and Matthew Golden's able to make a big impact, that's great. We have the new Christian Watson, but hopefully guy that can stay healthy and with the same skill, maybe even better. So again, looking just on the field, Matthew Golden's going to be a big asset that we really need to deal with. And again, we have a bunch of other rookies that, you know, respect to them, need to make a big impact for us. So guys, overall, as a Packers fan, as a sports fan, I think the Packers are in a very good place this year. I think they're going to be in the conversation of for sure playoffs. They're going to be, I mean, depending on what happens, could be in the Super Bowl conversation. I don't know if they're going to be in the favorite conversation, but they're going to be, oh, is this a Super Bowl option team? Like, do we think if we had to put money on a team to at least make it, not win it, but make it? Yeah, I think they're going to be in that realm. So at the end of the day, I think the Packers are in a great spot. But again, there's so many internal things that they need to work on, such as physicality and actual health and overall contract wise. Once all that's dealt with, I think we'll be fine. And I do believe we will have Jaire back. And so guys, I'm not worried. If you're a Packers fan watching this, you guys should not be super worried about this. I believe the Packers will be fine. And again, 11 to 13 wins, I do believe we should be able to achieve. So guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about the Green Bay Packers 2025? Do you have faith in them? Do you think they're going to be in the Super Bowl conversation? Or do you think they are going to plummet? Guys, let me know down below. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And as always, guys, peace and love.